Today, in the middle of the Hunter Biden and the missing submarine news, the Pentagon quietly announced that due to some accounting errors, they accidentally spent an extra $6.2 billion on the war in Ukraine.
Hey, so this is me explaining The Matrix Part 2. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just let the video speak for itself.
Last week, the Pentagon announced a $6.2 billion accounting error, and today the government is saying they lost $200 billion during the pandemic.
According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
And the FBI confirming it's paying other social media companies in addition to the $3.5 million payment it made to Twitter in exchange for the companies complying with its requests.
Almost every conspiracy theory that people had about Twitter turned out to be true.
You telling me that the IRS can hunt down people, get into their bank accounts without the person's permission, and y'all can't keep up with gazillions and trillions and billions of money that y'all took from us to fund whatever the heck y'all got agendas going on? I'm gonna add on something else that I saw too.
What in the insanity is this, Florida?
Show you something because the state just came last week and decided what books were appropriate or inappropriate. So I'm gonna figure out how to show you.
Inappropriate.
This is a book that's been deemed inappropriate. These are the boxes
Look
of
at all the
books
boxes,
waiting
y'all,
to
of
go
books.
out. Look how big this box is.
Oh
I'm gonna show
my
you some of the
God.
titles.
So this one too. Black to aviation.
Yep. We have 20th century writers. We have
This is
Bevan
insane.
Woods, American The Hauntist,
The big line.
The Big Lie. Right, it's all about Judaism, women of Nigeria, Hitler, El Salvador. These are just a few of the books that have been deemed inappropriate. Lewis and Clark. They're removing these books from our library.
This is insane,
Jefferson
y'all.
Republic. I don't understand.
20th century writers.
Hate groups. So
is crazy.
yeah, this is what's going on.
Happy Suicide Day! Here we go! Happy Friday!
So the first one they pointed out was a book called Hate Groups by Deborah Abel. This book examines the historical roots of modern American hate crimes, helping kids understand the evil that has happened. Now, she is also the author of another book going over racism. Why would they want to take out books that examine the hatred that happens in this country? Another book called Black Eagles traces the contributions made to aviation history by African Americans, pioneers who overcame the limitations imposed by discrimination. Yeah, let's just take that history out. Next book we have is The Big Lie. This is a book about the Holocaust. Not to mention y'all saw that Hitler book in the bunch too. Oh, what's this? Hispanic American, Texas, and Mexican War. It looks like they're throwing away anything that says the drama of American history. This one needs no explanation. A book going over the scandals of presidents. Now, if you turn it upside down, it says the Jeffersonians Republicans, the Louisiana Purchase, and the War of 1812. If you don't know about the Louisiana Purchase, let me just give you a crash course history. So apparently the president was trying to gain more territory, right? At this time, France owned this whole section. But you gotta remember that France was still trying to take over Haiti. You know, enslaving people and all of that. And they were losing. So the president has said, let me help you out. I'll give you $15 million. The president got the land, but Toussaint L'Ouverture, he was victorious in defeating Napoleon and the French. Now, in this book that they're throwing out, it says American history textbooks suffer from trying to include everything of any moment in the history of the nation. Many standard text lies and what has been left out. And the last book, this one, Life of Igbo Women of Nigeria. And again, this book, before contact with Europeans, the Igbo people of Nigeria possessed a social structure that gave equal power to both men and women. English colonizers of the region, however, removed women from the positions of economic and political authority. It seems like they're trying to erase melanated history, Hispanic Mexican history, Jewish history, modern American history, scandals within the government also. This is why I'm saying this is another example of being in the Matrix, because they're controlling what is being taught. And anything that looks bad of the things that they have done, they want to erase it.
Biggest drivers, gasoline up 60% in a year, and groceries up 12%, plus the largest monthly rise in rent since 1986.
I get paid tomorrow and already my whole paycheck is spoken for.
You are given just enough to continue to be in their society. The money that is taxed from you, the unnecessary car insurance payments, the list of government workers who are allegedly controlling social media. And if you need a psychological explanation, here you go.
They weren't even getting their first needs met. And you can't think of anything when you're hungry or when you're not feeling safe or when you don't have a home. And these people had to rely on their masters or their dictator to get them that food. There is a reason why the federal minimum wage hasn't been raised since the 90s.
The problem is y'all keep participating, knowing that your money is going missing. You're getting paid just enough to survive. You stay in that mindset where you can't trust your food, you can't trust the water, you can't pay your bills, and everybody's just complaining. Unplug. Just stop participating. Some of y'all be deep in the American society. So it may take some time pulling out them wires, but I'm not going to be a part of this. I'm not. It's time to go. Always make sure them blinds are closed. They've definitely flipped upwards. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Stay dangerous. I gotta let out my childhood trauma. If one child is cleaning up and washing the dishes for the entire family, that's a punishment, not a chore. And for the life of me, please understand that your sons and your daughters need to learn how to wash dishes. Stay with me. Think about it. If your son is growing up and expecting somebody else to clean up after him, wipe off stains that he drops, washing his dishes, and cleaning up the wrappers and trash that he makes in the kitchen, what type of man do you think he's going to grow up to be? He's going to expect somebody else to always handle his mess. Particularly a female. There's a certain lack of empathy and narcissism that grows there. And it's the same thing for females too. Y'all not safe. Purposely making food and making a mess and not cleaning up after yourself because you know somebody else is going to handle it. These are the traits that grow when you turn into an adult. When she grows into a woman, she will start to do things for herself at the expense of other people. When you don't have any empathy for other people and what they have to do at the expense of you, cleaning up after yourself shows that you take accountability for the things that you do. Me growing up, people will purposely leave the kitchen like this because they know I'm gonna clean it up. That's abuse of power. And if I didn't clean up the mess that other people did, I got in trouble. So you're telling me you made the mess and I have to clean it up, and if I don't clean it up, I'm gonna be punished. Interesting reverse psychology. Y'all can do what y'all want, but I will not raise my kid to feel like they are responsible for cleaning up somebody else's mess. Y'all parents are not safe either. I would go over my cousin's house and come back to a full sink of dishes. Why? Parents would say, I pay the bills in here, you need to clean up. If I wasn't here, you would have to clean up after yourself and pay your bills. But because you decided to have a child and now I'm on this earth, I gotta clean up after you when I wasn't even home. I'm telling you, the psychology behind how your kitchen is ran in the house speaks volumes about yourself. Moral of the story is everybody needs to learn how to wash their own dishes.